Hey, everybody. I'm glad I'm back. Thank you guys for having me back. My name is Dane Clement. I am Executive Creative Director for Stahls. You can find me at daneclement.com easily or in a Stahls booth somewhere, like the Printing United show, for instance, right? I also have two classes coming DAX. One's on artwork, AI artwork, and the other's on DTF artwork. So there you go. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about a question that I guess Terry gets because this one came from him. Dealing with customers on art preparation, right, and their expectations compared to our capabilities. So that's a great question because there's a lot of misinformation, a lot of confusion, that sort of thing. So we're gonna talk about some of that. So not sure if we can see all the things across the top, the menus and whatnot. Sometimes that doesn't happen when I do just the window, but we're just going to talk about a couple of things. So different it depends, right, on the artwork, right? It depends on how we're going to decorate things. Are we going to screen print it? Are we going to print it DTG, DTF, all the things? Because every single one of those, or and then some, right? Uh, the technology that you're going to print it requires your files to be sort of prepped a certain way. And this is just a full color, full on illustration of what I want to do is spend a little bit of time here. I'm going to go to image and come down to image size because this is a big deal. This is huge, 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 especially with AI artwork generators and stuff. They do 1024 by 1024 typically if you keep it as a square format. But this is 14 inches, right, by about 12 inches at 300 pixels. If you can get your artwork at 300 pixels at the actual size, it's going to be a beautiful, clean print, no matter how you're going to decorate it, right? So I wanted to point that out specifically. And then we're going to do this here, right? So this, if it looks like an image, that might be a vector file, um, but it's not, right? This is a PNG file. So sometimes, depending on the knowledge level of the customers, they may give you something like this and think, hey, yeah, you have a vector file? Sure, here it is, because it looks like it would have been created in vector, which it probably was, but also saved as PNG, right? So just because the customer says they're vector doesn't mean that it is, because if I can take this and go to my image size again, this is 10 by 10, right? Roughly at 300 pixels. So if I was going to print something at that size, no matter how die sub, DTG, DTF, all the things, if I wanted to separate it for screen printing, I can do that kind of stuff. I would be good to go here. So if I come down here and I look in Illustrator at this same image, right? That looks just like what we just looked at in Photoshop, right? It looks like it's ready to go. It looks like it's vector, but I know that this one is. If I go to view and I view outline, right, or hit this little command Y, then I can get my vector lines and I can literally see how it was made, right? So anytime you see lines, click on it, you see those little points, that is a vector file for sure. The beautiful thing about vector is they're infinitely scalable, so it doesn't matter. Resolution doesn't come into play whatsoever anymore, so you can do anything you want to do with it. Just wanted to explain or show those differences because it comes into play quite a few times, or almost every day usually. So let's do this. Couple other things is this, right? So this happens to be something that was generated in AI, probably ideogram. And if I look, it says 14 inches. Well, whoa, that's pretty good, right? This is, I know specifically, is a something that was just generated. We didn't do a whole lot of extra work to it. So if I go to image size and we take a look, I'm at 14 by 14 inches, but look here, I'm only at resolution is 72 pixels, right? So that is a low res file. Can I get away with it depending on what we're printing? Maybe, depending on this, maybe. But if you want to make sure, then you need to upscale this stuff. And the reason I want to spend a minute here on the AI component, because more people starting to use that, right? So for instance, if I say I want this to be 300 pixels, because that's what they're shooting for. We're shooting for a high res file at 300 pixels per inch. It's less than 3.5 by 3.5 inches, right? I'm like, yay, big. So business card size, right? So not doable, right? Not really, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cancel this, and then we're going to go into something else that we can utilize, right? And what that is, let me move this out the way. That is this file, this program right here. This is called Upscale, and I'm going to show it because it's free. and it's spelled UP, right? SCAYL. But let me do this. If I went ahead and uh, create a new page here, right? And if I go upscale, right? I want to show this because uh, of what you're going to see if you go there. So if you're looking for this upscale software, which I recommend, I use it all the time. In fact, if you notice down here, I have Topaz, right? Photo AI, which has gigapixel in it, which is awesome. But half the time I don't use it because this one works just as easy. So if I come here, if I look at the website and I go to pricing, well, they want 25 bucks and I get 300 credits a month. And that's interesting. If I go to the App Store, Apple App Store, by the way, if I'm going to hit the download button, right here we go. I'm going to download a Mac and it's going to take me there and it's $13. It's worth every penny of 13 bucks times 10 to be straight up and honest with you. But here's why I'm bringing that up because I don't understand why they do these things. But you see down here where it says alternative downloads. If I click that, right, here's a Linux stuff. I can kind of scroll through, see Mac OS. If I hit DMG free, it's going to download the disk image. And if I do the same area and I come down here to Windows, right, you can probably get the portable zip file, which is going to unload. You install that and it's free. I don't know why. So there's options. Wanted to point that out because watch how easy this is. So I'm going to open this file again and I'm going to grab the train, right? This guy here. I'm just going to drop it in. And there it is. And what I want to do is I don't change any settings. By the way, you do have to choose this piece, which is the model that it's going to use to generate or upscale the image. I keep mine on digital artwork or digital art, right, as a default, because typically most times I'm enlarging in this software is something I generated in AI. If it's a photo, you can click here and there's other photo upscalers, right, or photo models that you could use. So you could choose one of those. But this is digital art, obviously. So I'm going to hit upscale. This downloads on your computer. It uses your processor to run it. So it may be slower or faster depending on the software that you have. And what I wanted to show you is the left side of this bar here is our original. So just kind of look how fuzzy those edges are. And then as I mouse or move this slider rather, look how clean it is, right? It gets mega clean and it's super cool. And if I look at the upscaled image, which is, which one? I'm just going to grab it on the screen here. Sorry, guys. This one, here it is, right? I think this is the one. We'll find out. So by bringing it into Photoshop, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to image size. Whoa, 71 inches by 71 inches at 72 pixels. But if I change this resolution and go to 300, we're at 17 by 17, which is obviously bigger than 14 by 14, which is what we've created our artwork at for 30 years at Great Dane Graphics, right? So if I hit OK to that, this thing is ready to go. I can print anything I want with this. It's 17 inches. And if you notice, I think I closed it out. Did I? No. So we're only at 5 times resolution. You can crank this sucker up to 16. It is insane. It's a great software. It's free. Go get it. I love it. Now, one more thing real quick is when that customer says, hey, here's my logo and, pull it off the internet because it got a sponsorship back or something like that. If I take a look again, resolution wise would be here 72 pixels at 7 by 3. Go to 300, same thing. It's like not even 1 inch tall by inch and a half, roughly, a little bit larger. So I would take this file here and run it straight through the upscale software and I'll be good to go. So that's what I got today. If you need me, if you have any questions on other art or some other things you'd like to see in the secret sauce stuff, let either Aaron or Terry, or how about just come straight to me and send me an email at daneclement.com because I would love to see it and show you what you need.